One of the hottest stories in the wrestling world is the podcast wars currently being fought between Disco Inferno and Keeping It 100 and Cyrus and Killing the Town. Both shows on Podcast One, both shows on the Jericho Network. No love lost between the factions. Let's catch up on the latest installment of this beef.
I know, Cyrus, you want to deal with Disco one time real quick. They extended the invite to Keeping It 100.
You know, I don't expect a lot of the Disco, and I certainly don't expect him to be my intellectual equal, because that would be asking a lot. But my God, he's just so stupid, he buries himself every week. So this week on Conan's show, he actually said, first off, he called Chris Jericho dumb, which is, probably not the smartest thing you can do given that he owns the network. And then he basically admitted that what he was going to do was to stooge me off to management, to stooge me off to Jericho to try to get me fired. And he admitted this on Conan. Now, we know that the worst thing, the lowest form of life in wrestling is a stooge. There's nothing worse than a stooge. And he outed himself as a stooge on the Conan Keeping It 100 show. And I hope everyone in the wrestling business listens to that. And it's no wonder that Arn Anderson paintbrushed Disco back in the day, because no one likes a stooge. And he outed himself as a stooge. And I'm offended by that. And also, where does he get off thinking he can try to cost me money? He can impact my ability to feed my family. You know, I'm really tempted to take some legal action here because I'm a litigious individual. And I'm thinking that I may call my man Jimmy McDevitt to file a lawsuit.
You mean Jerry McDevitt?
No, Jimmy, it's his stepbrother. So I am not going to go on the show that employs a stooge as one of its co-hosts, a man who admitted to trying to cost me money, take money out of my pocket, take food off my family's table. So no, as much as I respect the heck out of Conan, I will not accept the invitation to go on that show where he's employing a stinking stooge.
Category one, I want to point out that this guy, only an idiot would come on a network and try to, discredit the others. You're basically your coworkers, people that you work with. Okay, so what we have here is a situation where, when you're an idiot, that means your IQ is between 0 and 25. The average IQ is 100. Okay, so this guy is literally a mentally retarded jackass that comes on here every week, okay, that tries to discredit my good name, tries to, make jokes about me, tries to get himself over. But he said something very, very important and very, very serious in here.
Can I say something to KG real quick? Is mentally retarded PC or not?
Technically, no. You can't.
Yeah,
say
I like it. Go ahead.
Why not? 0 to 25 is part of it. That's retardation. If you have an IQ below 25. So yes, I am calling Cyrus mentally retarded for being such an idiot to try to ruin the Jericho Network. Okay, right. But he said something in there that's very, very important. Like, he professes to have such a high IQ and mental superiority over everybody. He said in there that I'm trying to get him fired is taking food off his table. Did I get that right? Can we play that clip again?
No, that's what he said.
Okay, so let me get this right. So this guy who's supposed to be a genius has mismanaged his finances so poorly to the point that he needs the income from this podcast, from Killing the Town, to literally feed his family, that he's that broke. I mean, I have a soft spot in my heart for people like that. I don't want to put this guy – I don't want to starve him. I don't want to starve his family. He's obviously broke. Maybe we should have a fundraiser for Cyrus and help this guy out. Maybe Scott D'Amore could run a show in Winnipeg. Maybe we can get his address and have the listeners of this podcast send him soup cans to his house to feed his family, since he's so broke and can't even afford to barely put food on the table. I would give this guy the opportunity to just come on this show and just apologize for everything, because I don't want him to be broke, starving, and ending up on a street corner in Winnipeg in 25-degree weather where it's snowing, and he's got a sign that says, "I will podcast for food," around his neck. So we can bring him on the show, let him apologize, mend the bridges and stuff, but that's all I'm going to say about that for now.
All right. Well, he basically said he wasn't going to come on the show, so now I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to invite him on the show.
Oh, you're going to – we'll set up see if he's interested in doing a fundraiser. Because if he does not apologize, and if he continues to try to disparage me, I'm going to try to continue to get him kicked off the network.
I have a feeling he's going to hear about the fundraiser before I actually get an interview on their show, but I will relay the message.